John Bush and Catherine Bleish here with an Unconventional Living Tour West update, day 2. We're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we got some really cool stuff to report. We stopped by to get some gas. We're using Visa gift cards for our gas purchases. We had a proxy, a couple friends in Austin. We gave them Bitcoin, and they bought us the cards. It's a little workaround whenever there's not a service that helps you out with that. Last time in June on the Unconventional East Tour, we used Coin Fueled. It's a service where you put in an order, they send you an invoice, and then you pay the invoice with Bitcoin. 2 weeks later, they send you gas cards. Well, we tried to reach out to them and work with them this time around, but they were unresponsive, so we're not sure what that's all about. We'll give you updates as we get information on. They were in beta mode, so I don't know, maybe it didn't end up working out for them. But we got gas, then we went across the street to hang out, let the kids run around, let the dog run around, and we got a tweet from Airbitz, who's one of our sponsors. They have a Bitcoin business directory as well as a wallet, and they said, hey, if you're in Albuquerque, there's a Mexican restaurant called Ortega's, which accepts Bitcoin directly, so it's always really special to actually eat at a restaurant or use any type of service that accepts it directly. We love using Gift, which is another one of our sponsors, but I think it's a little extra special whenever a business owner goes the extra mile to go ahead and take it directly. So we backtracked about 17 minutes to Ortega's Mexican restaurant, and we showed up, and man, it was an awesome meal. I had some fajitas, beef and chicken fajitas. We eat a lot of Mexican food in Central Texas, so we're connoisseurs, and I think the meal passed the test. Fresh guacamole, the kids loved their food as well. We got some leftovers to take home to the hotel tonight. So we sat down, had the meal, and one thing that we've noticed with some of these restaurants is oftentimes the owner is enthusiastic about Bitcoin, and he's the only one that knows how to accept it. They never go the extra mile to train all of their employees. I did a podcast about that on the last tour, how there's a need for training services to go in and help these owners and these establishments to ensure that all of their employees are able to service Bitcoin users. Well, thankfully, the maitre d' and the waiter that was there, he was able to take the payment, and they simply had a QR code laminated, printed out, and basically their technique was to receive the Bitcoin payment and then have write down the transaction hash. So we did just that. And on the phone, he said, "Well, we could take it, but we can't take a tip." So while I was paying, I went ahead and added 20% to the amount. And I was like, "Hey, well, I'll just give this amount." He said, "Oh no, the owner doesn't let us take tips this way." So I said, "Well, I can't tip you out with cash, unfortunately, because we're committed to using Bitcoin only. So why don't we set you up with a wallet?" He was a little bit hesitant at first, saying, "Oh, I don't know what I would do with it." And Kat said, "Well, hey, hold on to it. This tip could turn into $1,000 in a couple years." So we convinced him to set up a wallet, and I proceeded to set him up with the Airbitz wallet, which was really simple. He had an iPhone. You just go to the iTunes store, download the Airbitz wallet, and their wallet's really special because it's integrated with the business directory. So it's not just your traditional wallet, it also has the business directory, which can come in handy if you're out there looking for a place to spend your Bitcoin. You can find the place with the wallet, with the application, and then you could go ahead and spend the Bitcoin with the exact same program. So that was pretty exciting. So we set them up with the wallet. It was really simple. Well, it took them a little while to come up with the password because they have some rules. Some of the Bitcoin applications have some pretty tough rules, like it has to be 10 or more digits, and it has to have numbers and all sorts of stuff. But he got it set up and set up a PIN, and we tipped him out $10 worth of Bitcoin. I told him, hey, if Bitcoin does what it did in 2013, this $10 can turn into $650. So he was really excited, and before we left, he told us, now when people come in to use Bitcoin, I can go ahead and get tipped by them. So he had a big smile on his face. You can read more about it and see some of the pictures of our experience at unconventionalliving.com. Click on the live blog, and you'll be able to follow along from there. So we're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, headed west on I-40. Next stop is Flagstaff, Arizona. We're going to stay the night there, go visit the Grand Canyon the next day. We got about 4 hours and 21 minutes to go, and it's 5:54, so hopefully we'll be able to make it. But today was a great day using Bitcoin. It's always really exciting to frequent an establishment that accepts Bitcoin, and it was even more rewarding to set someone up with their very first Bitcoin wallet. So hopefully he'll be inspired, and he'll take the dive down the Bitcoin rabbit hole and become obsessed like many of us have done from time to time. So I want to thank our sponsors, gyft.com. You can buy gift cards with Bitcoin, Amazon, Target, Whole Foods, you name it, it's out there. We also want to thank Airbits. They have a wallet and a business directory. They're awesome, so we're really excited about that. Cheapair.com we're using to book a lot of our hotels. And I want to thank Amagi Metals, who is sponsoring our Colorado screening of Sovereign Living Episode 4, the Bitcoin episode. So be sure you check up with us, folks. We're going to try to do a podcast at least once a day. Our podcast updates can be heard on Let's Talk Bitcoin, letstalkbitcoin.com. And I got to tell you, Let's Talk Bitcoin is, in my opinion, the coolest Bitcoin media outlet out there. Not only do they have awesome content, and the actual Let's Talk Bitcoin podcast is just phenomenal, been going on for a while. Adam Levine does great work, and all the other podcasts, like Bitcoins and Gravy and other ones are on there as well. But they are extremely groundbreaking because they actually created their own token, LTB Coin. So LTB Coin is something that's given out to people that participate on the Let's Talk Bitcoin network, on the forums, people that produce media, blogs, podcasts, and something that's really cool that they do. And if you're listening regularly and participating in the Let's Talk Bitcoin ecosystem, you're familiar with the magic words. So it's basically something whereby you enter the magic word in your LTB profile and you are rewarded with LTB coins. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. This will be my first time to use the magic word system as a podcaster. The magic word for today's podcast is Ortegas. 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 That's the magic word. Enter it and get yourself some LTB coin. Again, you can check out the live tweet and learn all about our project, Unconventional Living, at unconventionalliving.com. This is John Bush and
Catherine Blaise.
And Aliana and Bill. Say hello, Ollie.
Silence.
Silence from the young one. All right, we're signing out. Peace, love, freedom, justice, Bitcoin.